Okay, next thing, if we consult the Bible, is this fuel system. So we need to get the filters connected to the fuel cock in the right way. And then the rest of this part, obviously I haven't been built yet, that is on the bike, and I've got all these hoses. So let's get this and this connected together. Right. This book is the tits. It's literally got everything in it. It's amazing. So, some fuel tank stuff. But the bit we're interested in right now are these. These hoses are completely knackered. There's you can see through them. So that's where all the fuel went. This fuel cock is, I think it's good. I think it's still in good condition. It's good working order, whatever. It's all pitted and stuff, but I've cleaned it all up, blown it through with acetone, and these little filters, normal and reserve, are clean, and there's no tears in them or anything. So I think I'm good to use this. This goes into the fuel tank. And this little, what do you call it, rubber gasket goes in here. And I'll do that with a bit of red rubber grease. But first, I want to get these hoses replaced with the right ones. We'll go back to here because from there I haven't got a clue what can and can't be seen. But I will move it around at some point. So these are the hoses I bought off a very helpful chap, and it's got a little fuel filter in, which is cool, but they're all nice and supple. And the ones we'll be replacing is this one and this one, and these are actually, they go on the tank and the bike, so we don't need those at the moment. In fact, for the sake of not losing anything, because I thought I lost all this. And it was very worrying indeed. So now we need this again, so that I can see it and you can see it. And some tea. Goes like that. So we want shorter into the bottom, longer, into the very bottom. Oh, okay. So we've got these little clips as well. So you just squeeze them together rather than having to do the, where's the bloody camera? There. So rather than having to do them up, these, I can't remember the name of them, but they just go straight on. We give it a blowout first. So I've just blown through each of the ports, and when it's in the on position, as in here, the air went down here into this one, straight back out of the top one, which would then go to the fuel pump. And when it's in the reserve position, I blew it into the bottom one, sorry, the very bottom one, and it still came out of the top one to the fuel pump. And then in the off position, nothing really happened. Which is ideal, which is what we wanted. So I'll leave it in on at the moment and put one of these on. So we need some pliers. Proper slick operation this is. Right, that was a lot of faffing with that last one. Anyway, so with these, I mean, you could probably do them with your hand, but you can. But it's a bit easier just to move them to the middle, like that. And we've got to get the shorter one to go into the middle of the three, top, middle, bottom. So we might need a bit of a spray here. Oh, maybe not. I don't want to rip anything, but it seems to be going on okay. Yeah. All right. There we go, that's one on. Longer one goes straight down to the bottom. So, short one up, longer one to the bottom. That's gone on quite easily. I mean, it's not loose by any means, but maybe with this on, it'll keep things nice and tight. I suppose it's not going to be under like mad pressure that it's going to burst off. I think it's more for sealing, So that is this. So we want the shorter one go into the on to the normal tank, and the longer one go into the reserve. So it should just be a case of push it on. Until it seats all the way on. And this one might be a bit fiddly. Oh shit. The guy who actually sold me these sent me a diagram on how to do it all, which I've got on my phone, but obviously I've got this. So if you do get it from the guy who I will put in the description, I can't remember it off the top of my head. If you do get the tubes from him, he'll send you a nice, useful little thing. He was great. He was really helpful. There we are. So once that goes into the bottom of the tank, and this obviously bolts to the frame. And that's that. That's those hoses. I can't attach this to the tank at the moment because when I lined it, some of the liner spills out of the holes. Oh hell, I'll show you. So you've got to drain the liner out, and I drained it here. Obviously, you drain it here. That's where the fuel, those two filters go in, and some has leaked out because you move it around trying to get it off. So I was cutting it off, and a big chunk went in. So I've got to hoover out the tank before I can put these on. But yeah, so that's where, whoops, this would go in here like that, and that's how it would look. So I'm glad that's done, that little bit. The other two parts, right, now I don't know exactly because originally I don't think it had the fuel filter on the ones I took off. They're probably still on the bike actually. Yes, they are. So one of these is going to go from the fuel pump to the carburetors, and one of these, I think this one, is going to go from the fuel cock, like that, to the fuel pump. And I think it's best to have it filtered before it gets to the fuel pump, rather than whatever muck going through the fuel pump before it gets to the carburetors. Not that it probably will, because there's two filters here, but hey, who knows? Okay, next thing I want to do, down in here, is the engine mounting bolt at the back. This is not supposed to be split in a million different places. So I've got to take the engine mounting bolt out and put the new ones in. Yeah, I got these the other day, or this the other day rather. Oh, both, or two rather. And it's one of these spacers that is split. It's kind of like it's been over tightened, and that's what split it, but I don't know. Like I said, Greg rode it at like 100, and he said the needle was bouncing around 160, 170. With the engine mounting not 100%, so yeah, definitely something I've got to do, but I'm going to clean these up now